Hi guys, tip of the day, tailgaters tip of the day. Today we're going to deal with the key ball in 8-ball. So what's the key ball? Whenever you're running out a table in 8-ball, whether it's from the very beginning or you got ball in hand and there's a few balls left, you always choose the key ball and the ball that gets you there the easiest. What's the key ball? Key ball is the ball that you choose that you think will get you on the 8. So in this case, I've set up a situation where I am stripes and my opponent's obviously solids. He has given me ball in hand. So there's a lot of different options here. But what I identify right away is that if I'm on this ball, I'm on the 8 ball. So it's very important that I don't leave myself this last or even this where I have to make this and come through traffic. That's when you get yourself in a lot more trouble than you think. So what I'm going to do is run a rack and show you not only the right patterns and how to keep things simple, but I'm also going to explain little principles that we've been talking about in all the other tips of the day. So, because you're going to see them all come together when I just do this little run up, and that is committing to choosing which ball you want to choose, where you want the cue, where you want the cue ball to land, and what spin to use, okay? So that's our pre-shot routine. And then, most importantly, when you give yourself ball in hand and you make these decisions, how do I do this with the most natural shape? We talked about that in a few videos back. If I identify that this is my key ball, I think that if I'm on this ball, then I'm on this and I'm out. Okay, well, let's work backwards. This is great. I've identified it. Sometimes there's more than one option. Doesn't matter. Pick one, commit to it, and see if you can do it by the easiest possible path to get there. So if I get to here, I'm on here, I'm out. Beautiful. How do I do that? Well, I think if I was on here, I'd be on here. Great. So all I know is if I get ball in hand, now I've got a plan. Now, the second part about having a plan, that's my goal. The second part is, how do I do it? And you want to do it with the least cue ball movement or rolling balls down natural positions if you have to. So in this case, a mistake would be made a lot of times right off the hop. Someone would shoot this in here and then try and draw back for shape here. Can be done. It's not a terrible option, but again, you're making come here, stop, and then draw back. And if you come too far, or if you come across the line, now you're out of line. So you want to make sure, how do I get straight on this the easiest way? Well, here's something that's super simple. Yes, that's over there, but if I just give myself a little angle to where I'm not perfectly straight, so I'm going to bump into here. I've got a lot more margin for error. As soon as I bump that rail, I am on the 9. You could try and do it this way, but then you're coming into a very smaller area. Don't be, especially in a bar table, you leave yourself anywhere here and you're straight on. So this is something that all players can do. It's a subtlety, but this is the difference. You get ball in hand and you try and draw into here. If you don't draw perfectly, you're over here. Now all of a sudden you got angle, and the so-called simple run is now difficult. So let's keep it simple. Do what we can do. We're going to pick a spot. I want to be right there. I'm doing all this as I'm standing. That's what's in our pre-shot routine tip of the day. So now what do I want to do? I want to get just a little angle so I know I'm not going to sewer, but what I am going to do is bump that rail. And fall through, look at that, come off the rail. Even though I'm further away, it doesn't matter because you could have rolled it if you want to, and just be more speed, it's fine. I like to bump it because I know I'm going to make the shot. If I do, this is the shot number 1 that we talked about. The most important shot in pool is we want to be able to it's a little, I got a little angle, but that's fine. All I do is step into this. I got a little angle, but it's basically a stop shot. It's going to drift, but I'm going to do all my principles. Stay still. Same idea. Where do I want to be? I want to just roll this in. Pick a spot. How am I going to do it? I step into the shot. I follow through. Stay still until the ball comes up. because we're learning each time. We're exaggerating it because we're trying to build great habits. Same idea. I don't want to stop it because then I could not be on there. So I like to be anywhere here, visualize it as I'm standing. So pre-shot principle. Step into it, I pick that, step into this ball, and I follow through until the ball is cut to the spot. Now here, just because we're on the 8, we don't just now rush into the 8. We still need to pick what we like to do. Because I've left myself straight on a rail, I don't have a lot of options. But I would say I'm going to visualize it just rolling through. I step into this, and I stay perfectly still until the shot's complete. Now I try to go a little further because I'm learning. Obviously, I think in a game I would have probably just hit a little less hard. But you can see the principle of the key ball and the ball that gets you there and working backwards. The next video I'm coming out, I want you guys to pay attention to it because I'm going to throw an 8-ball challenge in which I'm going to really test you guys. It's a fun drill that it's super powerful for teaching you guys how to finish 8-ball games. And you start with 1 degree of difficulty, and each time you can do it, you move. So there's all levels of difficulty. Doesn't matter how good you are or if you're a beginner. But what it will do is it'll teach you the key ball and how to get out and working backwards. It'll teach you the principle to recognize it, number 1, and then to try and figure out how you can, number 1, recognize it, but also number 2, complete it and execute it with the principles we've taught. That is natural, easy, not moving the cue ball around. Sounds simple, but you got to do it. Once you start doing it a lot, you're going to recognize these situations, and I'm telling you, if you want to improve your win percentage or your run-out percentage, this is the exercise. This is not gaining all these new skills and bank shots. Yes, eventually you move on to that. What it is being able to choose the right patterns that you are capable of and doing them more often. That's going to be the key to you starting to win more games and get out, okay? So the next exercise in the next video is going to be a very powerful drill that's going to help you increase your run-out percentage in 8-ball. Thanks.